What's up, everybody? It's your man's KJ the Great, and welcome back to All Sports Media TV. Man, it's been a little absent, but we're gonna get right into it, man. So we just got the news, the updates, man. Now former two-time undisputed heavyweight champion, the great Oleksandr Usyk, has decided to vacate his WBO title. In doing so, Fabio Wardley will be elevated to full champion status. Now, we all know that's not exactly how a fighter wants to get his title, but at the same time, he becomes a world champion. Now, this could be also, to some other reports, that he vacated it to get a little bit of an extension on recovery time due to a hand injury, and also to evaluate whether he wants to retire or give it another run. Which, another run for the fans, all of us, would be great, and also historic in his own right if he does decide to go give it another run. Because if he does, and he fights Wardley, he could become a 3-time undisputed champion. Man, in the 4-belt era. Crazy. That would be crazy, right? Now, Fabio Wardley, if you guys been living under a rock and don't know or don't remember, he stopped Big Joe Parker in their fight. Joe Parker was in line to challenge. He was the WBO #1 challenger for the WBO title, but he wanted to get active, stay active, and he took on a young, hungry lion and, came out on the losing end on that. No shame, no slouch to him, man. It wasn't the best looking Joe Parker that we've seen in recent. You look at his fight with Martin Bakole, although Bakole took that fight on short notice. You look at his fight with Deontay Wilder. He's had a really good run, and he was ready and primed and ready to get his shot at becoming a champion again. So, big congratulations to Fabio Wardley, man. I definitely want to see Fabio Wardley possibly defend his title before stepping in with Oleksandr Usyk if he can get that chance. Now, if Oleksandr Usyk does end up retiring, that means all the belts will scatter, and there'll be a bunch of either elevated champions or a bunch of fights, or I'll say a bunch, there'll be champions elevated or a few fights to determine who will be the new champion of each sanctioning body. Now, that will also cut that line of lineage right there, and a new line would have to be started with whoever decides to take that mantle. Now, with Anthony Joshua being tied up in the circus fight with Jake Paul, and he did say he want to be a champion again, it kind of puts him in the line held up, because he gets through Jake Paul. He probably won't fight until spring of next year, and we may have more clarity on what Oleksandr Usyk decides to do at that time. But as of right now, he's still the unified WBA, WBC, IBF Ring Magazine champion. So we will know more in the coming months of what he decides to do. But let me know what you guys think about this, man. Will Fabio Wardley get that shot at undisputed, or will he have to go around and collect all the belts if Oleksandr Usyk decides to retire? And do you think he can go around and collect all the belts if Oleksandr Usyk decides to retire? Let me know in the comments. Peace.